All right, we're going to get started in a minute. Give people a chance to hop on. We're not doing a face cam today, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to have other articles and stuff on the screen tonight. Everyone see this Death Stranding? I can't wait for this to come out. When is this coming out? I must know. It's got to be soon. What's going on, Spin? What's going on, Joe? What's up, Todd? Couldn't watch the mid-season finale. I'll speak about one thing about Fear the Walking Dead, and then I'll stop talking about it because I don't really have much good to say. I didn't watch it, so maybe I missed all the good stuff, but hold on, I was going to do something. What was I going to do? I forget now. Oh, yeah, that's right. This. Whoa. Theater mode, come on. Doesn't get any bigger than that? You gotta be kidding me. You know what? Whatever. I'm trying to change the setting on the thing, but it keeps switching. Oh, you know what? Because I'm dumb. I locked it. I'm moving theater mode a little bit so we get a little more of the articles when we look at them. I'll change the comments here in a second. Yeah, that's a little better. No, I'm not in a new apartment yet. I'm going to be doing all the moving this week. I actually recorded 2 test videos today. Kind of raw ones, but it has to do with writing and stuff like that. We got a couple test ones that have fun with during the move and the transition and whatnot. And it has to do with everyone who's been asking, or anyone who has been asking for writing videos, breaking down certain things and why they did it and yada, yada, yada. We got 2 recorded today that broke down issue number 1 comic books. And again, it's not like Batman, Superman. It's independent comics that are grounded in reality. It's one's kind of zombie-like, one is about cannibalism, and one is about just 2 druggy parents that are trying to fix their lives, but the husband's a fuck up. You know what I mean? So we broke them down and talked about the choices they made and how to structure a comic page if you were to sit down and write it. And even if you're just interested in how they do it, because there's a lot of small things you miss, like setting up the certain pages and, when not to use establishing shots. And establishing shots don't always have to be buildings, you know what I mean? Anyway, first thing I wanted to show off, I'll have to drop the comments down here for just a second, but one of the first things I want to show off is this Death Stranding Steelbook. I had a lot of people asking me to do gameplay of this when it comes out, and as long as I'm all set up by then, which I think this doesn't come out for a few months, so I should be good, I would love to check this game out. It is wild. Plus, Norman Reedus is in it from The Walking Dead, so that'd be cool to show them some support. But I might try to cop that Steelbook. I love the Steelbooks. I do like this image on the standard case, but that Steelbook looks sexy. All right, so then Fear the Walking Dead. This is just coincidence. This has to be one of the first articles that popped up. And when I was well, I wasn't doing anything. I was doing shit around the house, and I noticed it was like 9:40, and Fear the Walking Dead was almost over, and it's the last episode, and I figured if anything's going to happen, it's going to be in the final few minutes. So I put it on, and I witnessed them crashing the plane or landing it. And yes, I do enjoy characters getting together, reunions, and yada, yada, yada. But the actual landing and having a zombie like unplug the runway and this type of superficial tension building, I can't stand that type. So I'm glad I skipped it again. I'm probably almost definitely not watching the second half. Although whoever did their trailer, I'll give them credit. The trailer looks neat, you know? The trailer looked cool. But I just find it to be boring. Individual characters, like I love Lenny James. I really want to see Austin Emilio as Dwight, and John and Dwight, John Dory or whatever the hell his name is, John and Dwight, like they're charisma together. I think it's fantastic, you know? I'm getting sick and tired of John and June being separated more than they're together, and every time they're separated, they tell each other, if I don't get back to you, just know I love you. You know, just fucking come on. It's boring as shit. But I think that's what makes me frustrated, because I want to follow Lenny James as Morgan and Austin Emilio as Dwight and John Dory and even June for that matter. I don't mind her. I don't hate her. It's just even Alicia. I mean, it's just whatever. Anyhow, see some comments here. Richard said Fear isn't that bad. Fear the Walking Dead was good today, and this episode of Fear wasn't too bad. I definitely could pick out a few things it could have done better. I want to see your pretty face. I know, but we can't do that today. Let me guess, you hated the episode. Well, I didn't watch it. I hated one part specifically, and I instantly realized I'm cool with skipping it. What's up, Doomsday Kingdom fan community? How's it going? What's up, bro? I wasn't sure if you were getting this tonight. Haven't been on live in a while. Halfway done my Fear episode. Gonna have to stay away until then. Well, you don't have to worry. Oh, well, I guess I kind of did talk about it. Death Stranding is 2020, Ronnie. Are you shitting me? I thought it was at the end of 2019. I'm almost positive. Wait, it's late 2020? Hold on. I'm calling bullshit on that. No offense. I could have sworn I seen a release saying Death Stranding is late 2019 and then February is The Last of Us 2. Because I was trying to schedule it out. Death Stranding release date. Why are they... No, you know what? I'm calling bullshit, Eddie. I'm sorry, but there's no way they're doing the covers to the artwork and they're not even releasing it for 2 more years. There's no fucking way. That doesn't even match up. November 8th, 2019 is the release date for Death Stranding, Eddie. I don't know what kind of crazy shit you talking about, man. What else we got? Yeah, I mean, it's confirmed. They're doing the pre-order sales. And that's the thing I was talking about with Last of Us 2. I know I kept eating shit for that when I was saying it probably wouldn't be late 2019 until the earliest, or early 2020. I know I ate a lot of shit for that because everyone was like, nah, bro, Mother's Day, fucking 2019. I'm like, there's no way. And it's not that I'm a know-it-all. They didn't open up the pre-sales yet. The pre-sales is huge. If they didn't open the pre-sales, they're not going to sell the damn game a month later. They got to build up a few months of pre-sales to get the public interest, to get it relevant and to get the hype and to build it all. And that's what I'm talking with Death Stranding. Once you start seeing the artwork on the boxes and announcing steelbooks, you're a few months away. You're really, unless you get hit with some type of delay out of the blue. A game like Death Stranding and The Last of Us 2, I don't think you're going to get hit with those huge delays because those are veteran companies that, have that money behind it that can build it together. Victor Moss, I'll bite on the troll bait here. What clickbait are you talking about on the channel? I mean, I hate clickbait like a motherfucker. Every time someone says, Ronnie, you hate clickbait, but you clickbait, it's always like they either don't hear me right or they read a headline and don't actually listen to the video. Like, what's the headline on this video? It's shit, I don't even know. The Walking Dead, Death Stranding, MCU, and more. Yeah, I pulled up a bunch of headlines. We're going to discuss some things, chit-chat with the chat. Even if you look at the video list, I'll pull up my video. Hold on, it's trying to ask me which YouTube channel I want. What are you talking about, bro? The one I'm on. How about try that? Try that, YouTube, without kicking me off alive. Yeah, we got a different Rick. That video is coming out tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. It's a different Rick, and that has to do with the Rick movies. Michonne movie, Negan movie, question mark. AMC making the Walking Dead franchise even bigger, question mark. This is part confirmed that we know of, and then part fan speculation. You can't fucking knock a video of fans speculating if that's the one you're digging for. And then we have trailer breakdown, goodbye Michonne, literally exact. Rick Grimes movie teaser, literally exact. We have the chair I reviewed. I got a comic collection update. That is going to be July 23rd. It's already scheduled. I'm moving this week, so I got videos scheduled. SUP Sunday. Hold on, let me put this up. SUP Sunday was last week. We covered every title, every topic in the title. We did Matt Mail, exact. Shocked I didn't love Stranger Things, exact. Do I need to keep going? Victor lost. You lost, brother. We got Doomsday Kingdom. We got Breaking the Princess, which, again, another source told me and backed that up. I got two sources now that confirm Princess is at the end of season 10. Two separate sources now. We have Goodbye Old Friend. That was the Walking Dead live stream. Walter White, Alive and Not Guilty. That's a like fanfic prediction. So that's exact. The end of the Walking Dead review. I mean, shit. I'm scrolling down and all of them are exact. So I'm going to stop. If you have a certain title that for some reason you're salty on, holla at your boy. I guess I'll explain it for you. Anyway, when June proposed to June, all I could think of was Glenn and Maggie. Damn the good old days. I can't wait for Blade, somebody says. Yeah. You know what? I like that actor a lot. He was really good in True Detective, one of the recent seasons. Even though the story fell apart a bit, he was really good. The story built itself up like, holy shit, this is something epic. And then it was just kind of like, not really. You know, I don't know. Why can't we get any Last of Us 2 news? My hype is dying. Well, see, that's the point. They showcase it, they show it off, and a lot of it is for investors and all this other shit that goes on behind the scenes, setting things into place, like all that stuff for promotion and all that. They're getting everything set in place, the release schedule and venues and conventions, and I know the word conferences. I'm still not saying the right word, but they got to plan all that out a while in advance. And here's the thing, when it comes to building the hype, they put it out, and that's mainly for the investors in the company and yada, yada, yada. And then they start building the hype. But once they're ready, once they know there's no delays, usually, unless something gets screwed up, that's when they start the initial push. Like Death Stranding has been ramping up. Every week we're getting something else that's reviewed until it is, boom, out to us. And then we'll start getting trailers back to back. The week or 2 weeks before it's released, we'll get gameplay out the ass, trailers out the ass. It's a gradual uptick. And again, we're not even there yet. It's still a few months away. But with Last of Us 2, we're not even close. It's early next year. So there's no reason for them to give us any news yet. If they give us news now, we're only just going to be like, well, when's it coming out, you know? Do you watch or hear any reviews about The Dead Don't Die? Still got to check that out. I got to look that up and see if it's in my area. Fear was great and watchable tonight, someone says. Have I visited Tom Savini's special effects school in Pittsburgh? No, I didn't. The only clickbait is Ronnie's videos is his face on the banner. Haha, joking. Love you, Ronnie. I love you too. I don't know what that means. That's fucking harsh. Oh, yeah, because there's no, whatever. DK number 1 is free. No excuses to read. Yeah, no excuses, brother. Read it. I don't want to see Princess this season. You don't need to justify yourself, Ronnie. Thank you, Chris Stanley. Excuse me. I'm actually shocked there's this many, not this many, but there's this much like hate. Like there's a handful of people out there who hate my guts. And all I am is a fan communicating with other fans about what they like and don't like about a show. But yet some people put you on this pedestal as in like you are, I don't know, beating children, or you're a coyote sending people like across borders and shit without food and not, relocating them with their family if they don't pay you $10,000. I mean, we don't even get to politics here. And I mean politics. Making fun of shit like this fucking stupid feminist chair. Making fun of that isn't getting into politics. That's just silly shit that happens in the news from time to time. But you would swear this is a political channel by like the 40 people that constantly watch me that hate my guts. I just don't understand that. Like, how I am is, nah, I don't really agree with your tastes. And that's pretty it. You know what I'm saying? Or, you're crazy, that sucked. And that's pretty much it. Some of these people are like, oh my God, you love The Walking Dead? I stopped watching it in season 3, but for some reason I'm still watching every Walking Dead video you make. I want you to fucking die slow, bitch. It's like, bro, eat some vitamins, fucking jerk your gherkin or something. Calm down, homie. Yeah, but what's up with the clickbait? Just joking. Aw, I sent you a PayPal last Sunday, but the stream ended before you saw it. I'll check it out. I wonder if I'm going to pull it up. So if I can't find it, I'll let you know if I get distracted. But if I don't get a chance to say thank you very much, I'm going to look for your name. I don't recognize your name in the PayPal, so it might be something different, but I'll look it up. Yeah, nothing popped up. I'll look at the activity, see what popped up. Oh, shit, that's going to be last week? Let me see. What was last week? Let me see. The 21st, so it's going to be 7 days away. Boom, boom, boom. Huh. Is this it? All right. I'm hoping this is you. Been subscribed. Let me know if it is. Been subscribed since season 6 of The Walking Dead. I'm subscribed to 150 channels, and you're one of the most underrated and best YouTubers in my opinion. Geez, thank you very much. I mean, if that is you, let me know. But thank you very much. And if that wasn't you, Z-Man, thank you very much for the $10 dono. Yeah, please let me know if that was the right one or not. But yeah, Z-Man, thank you very much for that dono. I appreciate the kind words. Sent you PayPal last Sunday. Oh, shit, come on with this screen. YouTube, get your shit together. The actors have the passion, but why don't the writers both make a lot of money? I'm not sure. I'm frustrated with the writing on Fear the Walking Dead, but it doesn't even matter. Why did I want to say internal? I'm trying to... What is this? Is this... I'm trying to remember. This sounds like a comic shop, but is it not? Interval and AIC Comics? AIC. Thank you very much for the $1. It looked familiar, but I know you've donated here, but I just couldn't remember if that was like just a channel name or that was mock on a comic shop or not. How did you feel about the transition screens that were used in Black Summer? I don't even remember them, so they couldn't have been that good. Oh, are you talking about the words on the screen? I fucking hated them. If you had to give a percentage of Carol killing Alpha, what would it be? Women on Women Crime, 2019 eyes. Percentage on Carol killing Alpha, 50-50 at this point. Am I the only one excited for Hawkeye movies? We're going to get to that in a second. how's the moving plans, and what's the future for the channel? Hopefully not inactive while The Walking Dead returns. Well, here's the thing. The ordeal with the internet company was bigger than I realized. I'm gonna cut out the long story and make it short here, but essentially we had to get paperwork that was actually notarized and then filed with the county. We had to do all this jumping through hoops. And I said we because it was me and the property owner. I don't own the property. Luckily, though, the actual land they're putting the internet wire through is one of my family members' driveways, which is crucial because if it wasn't, I would have been screwed. So they got to lay wires for internet about 1,000 feet. They're coming out on the 30th of July. I took out a loan. I even opened up a credit card just to help, get this situated. It is $5,000. I know we did a 24-hour stream. I think we raised up about $1,500. So it's going to put me in a little bit of a hole, but I'm hoping come the second week in August or maybe mid-August at the latest, we will be back fully with constant internet, good internet connection, and I'll be moved into the new place, and the new place will be set up for filming because I might as well unpack and shit if I'm not making videos every day. With that being said, I have already recorded some videos and already uploaded them to the channel. They're on private right now. I'm going to have at least 2 or 3 as backup, like 1 a week type thing if I can't get videos out. I can also use my phone, excuse me, but I will only be able to upload with the phone and record with the phone. And for some reason, I feel like my phone isn't recording as crisp as it used to. It did an update with the software behind the camera, and ever since it changed and it even looks different, it is not at all as crisp as it used to be. I'm trying to fix that as well, but yeah, long story short, it's not going to be about a 6-month break as I thought. I thought we were screwed. It was looking bad for a while there. It looks like it's going to be at least a 2-week break at the very least. And again, we're still going to have a video here and there. There will be no live streams, though, unfortunately, until this is completely fixed. But once we come back, I should have a backlog of videos to start out slow, build up a schedule, and then I'm really excited for a big chunk of videos I've been talking about for a while to do. A lot of the deeper and intos and the polished videos. Really excited. Like I said, when we come back after the move, we already have 2 Dexter ones in the works. Boardwalk Empire, that one's going to go ahead of Dexter, though. There's just way less editing for that one. We have the Walking Dead ones. We have other surprise ones. There's some real fun stuff. And again, those are all on this channel. Those are all polished. And I'll still have my personal channel, which is just simply Ronnie Hayes. And that'll have a lot more raw and a lot more daily, everyday type things. So keep in contact with both if you're interested in both. If not, just hang out here for the more polished ones. And again, that's at the end of August. We're going to play it safe just for any delays with internet. Now, anyway, Ronnie, I just have a legit question about your stream. Why'd you pick YouTube rather than Twitch? No hate, just wondering. Well, why did I pick YouTube over Twitch? When Twitch first started, it was, when I knew of it, it was gaming only, and you couldn't sit down and just stream yourself. You had to do gaming. I mean, it was real annoying. For those who don't know, in the very beginning of Twitch, it was a shit show and a half. I mean, a shit show and a half. And I couldn't fuck with it, So I couldn't even be bothered with it. When will Doomsday Kingdom issue 2 be restocked? Any day now. I actually got the restock. We received the restock in the mail. Any day now. Literally, probably tomorrow. And again, if it sells out immediately, don't worry. We're ordering more, and we're going to have them shipped in 2 weeks. We'll be restocking again. I am going to do an explanation of cost video, though, because we are going to be tweaking. Some things are going to be a little more expensive. Some things are going to be a little less expensive. We are tweaking some things. Mainly, and I'll warn you right now, we can't sell single floppy comics anymore for $3.99. There's no way. Digital will be $3.99. Physical, at the very least, the smallest rung is going to be $4.99, and that is simply because that's what we're paying, and it's crippling us having to. It costs us more than what we're selling a single floppy comic for, and we just can't keep it up. Not only that, the website is going up in price. Stamps.com is going up in price. This is all stuff you can look up on Google yourself and verify it. Even Stamps itself, mail itself. What was the other one? There was one more. Shit. If I remember, I'll let you know. But there was one more thing that went up in price as well on our back end. How did you feel about the transition? Oh, wait, where's the donos? Chris Stanley with a $10 dono. Thank you very much, homie. Another Sunday, another live stream. Thanks, Ronnie. I watched Fear tonight, and I have to say, as a standalone episode, it wasn't bad, but the show is still pretty meh. Well, thank you very much for the dono. I'm glad you're at least liking it as a standalone, Do you think Negan will kill blah, 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 blah? I think it's 50-50 on that, Fear's going to get season 6. Morgan's never talking to Alexandra. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I heard Fear was renewed for a season 6. Aren't you frustrated with the whole The Walking Dead universe? I feel like we need a whole new original show from a writer that actually has passion instead of just pleasing the public. Yeah, I've been frustrated with The Walking Dead as a whole for a little bit now, since around season 7. The end of the season 6, the cliffhanger. But the truth is, it's so splintered now, and I'll be honest, I don't know everything. I hate when I hate when I have these points I want to make, but then I could be totally wrong. But let me warn you right now, for everyone who's in La La Land or you're in denial, let me just look at what they're doing, look at the platform, look at the stats. Look at what's the future. It's going to get worse before it gets better. For those who only want one show. It's not going to happen. We're going to get different shows like that, but the main show is being broken apart. Either it's going to air for a while, or it's eventually going to just be gone, fade out into existence, or transition into the other bigger shows like the movies or whatever they got going on. And again, the platform is important. Channels and cable and shit like that is not doing what it used to be doing. They've been talking for a couple years now about ratings across the board dropping like flies. Why do you think AMC is putting things into having an AMC premiere, or putting the Rick movies into the theaters and building it up that way? The channel isn't where the bread is right now. I'm sorry. Obviously it is. The channel isn't where the future money is. Taylor says, Ronnie, I was surprised you said Sadiq was washing his face in a trailer breakdown. To me, it looked like he was being tortured or drowned. I mean, it could be tortured or drowned. I just went with washing because they showed him being a little panicked. And if you look right as he's dunking his face, it looks like there's like crystallized water or maybe possibly some ice. And I just went with he was giving himself a little shock. But yeah, he could be, someone could be trying to drown him. No face cam tonight. Did you get Dante appearance in season 10 trailer? I thought I saw him. He looked like Gareth. Well, I don't know if that's Dante, so I'm not saying it until I know. Wish you the best of luck on the transition, brother. Thank you very much, Dylan Scott. I'm telling you, man, I think Ezekiel might be joining the Whispers. I have no idea what you're talking about. Will you ever make a bundle for your comic books for issues 1, 2, and 3? Also, we already have a bundle for like 6 months now. We have a bundle for issues 1, 2, and 3. We will be restocking it. However, that is another one that went up $1 in price, or I forget what the old price is. I think the new price now is like $14. I'll have to look. But again, we valued that at, I think it was like the $4 a cover or something. But like I said, we're still, each issue, we're already spending more than that. So whatever we paid is going to be the total. So that way we're at least breaking even and we're not losing money on every floppy single, you know. Are there any news on Maggie? Will she return? No news that I know of. Hold on, am I missing some? Let me get these super chats, and then I want to talk about some stuff because I got a whole bunch of headlines here, and we haven't even dug into them. Kyle B with a $5 dono. I don't think putting The Walking Dead is a good idea. Wait, hold on. Kyle, I don't think putting The Walking Dead is a good idea. I don't think it will do that well at the box office. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Do you think it will make some money at the box office? Absolutely. I think if it's promoted right, if the marketing's right, and it looks good enough, yeah. I mean, I really think that, I don't know. I really think that people look at The Walking Dead as this, you know, tier below movies. You know what I mean? And yeah, given the latter seasons have been a little rough. You know what I mean? But if we were back in season 3 or 4 and you talked about one of the Walking Dead, you know, episodes going to a movie or a movie to end the season, fans by the millions would be coming out of the woodwork to be like, oh, hell yeah. All you need to do is have it look good and promote it enough, and it will be just fine. Megapath Presents, yeah, that was me. Sorry, I'm late for replying. No problem. At least I know now. Thank you very much for that dono, Meat Melon. Ronnie, I don't know how I feel about Death Stranding. I'm kind of split on it. I've never seen anything like it, which is good for the gaming community, but I'm split. How do you feel about it? It being a little weird has me kind of like, because what I don't want is I don't want it to be weird for the sake of being weird, and it's this convoluted mess of just, you know, weird shit. And we're not going to know unless we play the story. But the actual gameplay does look interesting. So I'm going with that. I've been watching you since you used to do reviews in your backyard. What happened to your subscriber count? You can't view it anymore. No, we can view it. It's coming and going. I was just talking to someone about that today. If you're in the chat, holla at your boy. Earlier today, it was back up, and now it's gone again. I will look in the settings. Be honest, I fucking forgot. Someone mentioned it last week, and I didn't check shit because I don't care. You know, it's YouTube. It'll be back. Same thing with the back end. I keep trying to put end cards on my fucking channel, and it constantly freezes and crashes. It's been like that all fucking week. There's been times where I'm adding end cards or cards in the middle of the videos. There's times where I upload a video and I post it, and then I go to watch it to double check to make sure everything was all right, and it's not there. And then I scroll through my list and it shows the video as posted like a month ago. It's the weirdest shit. I don't know. YouTube's having a fucking seizure right now. Just been watching you. When you get the chance, check out the YouTube vid, Tom Savina, private tour of his house. I think I saved that. I want to see that. It was fantastic. Showed lots of movie props and some behind-the-scenes stuff. I saved it, definitely. Did you know Nick Cage is Francis? Yeah, I heard of that little tidbit before. Kyle B with a $2 dono. Thank you very much, homie. I get what you're saying now. Do you think Season 10 is going to be boring and filler? I don't think it'll be boring and filler. I think there will be some boring parts. Currently doing a 24-hour stay-awake challenge at the moment because wasps. Are you still dealing with the wasps? James is under attack with the wasps. Do you think Carol will kill Ezekiel for messing with... No. Do you think Sydney will have a bigger role? Little bit. Do you think Season 10 will have split episodes? Yes, unfortunately. Chandler D with a $4 dono. Have you been able to get DK into local shops? Yeah, my local shop is begging for a Doomsday Kingdom stand, which we're going to get a little tabletop one. I'm talking like you can see me, but I'm going to get a little tabletop one printed out for them, and we're going to try to stock at least like 10 issues of issue 1, 2, 3, and 4 when it comes out. But the way we're going to do it is I'm going to bring the stand. We're going to stock 10 issues of number 1. If they sell out good, we're going to bring in 10 issues the next month of number 2. And if they sell out good, we're going to bring 10 of number 3 the next month, and so on and so on. So 4 months in a row in my local shop, we're going to make a thing of it, you know? Anyway, do you think we will have a whole episode of Carol on a boat? I hope not. I doubt it. That sounds terrible. Did you see Zombieland 2 poster? Yeah, I'm excited for that. You think the MCU will ever eventually die out? Yeah, it'll slow down and die out eventually. Everything does. Have you noticed how much Charlie has aged in 1 year? How old she is exactly? To be honest, no. I'm not really paying attention. What do you think of the old Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi? I like part 2. How is your skid mark doing tonight? What's skid mark? Let me show you guys a couple things. A couple things that were in the news. Now, I was pulling highlights from the news, like the entertainment news, and for some reason, this shit popped up. Some girl got an award. She went to college to make the feminist chair, where the one on the left is for girls to be able to sit with their legs spread, and then the one on the right is for guys to not man spread. Is that what it's called? This has got to be the most, what's the right way to put it? This is invisible sexism, where girls are like, oh yes, we did something finally. And I'm sorry, but you're just too stupid to realize that men don't man spread. Assholes man spread. I fucking hate this 2019 where some women, they're like those horses with the blinders on, where they're only allowed to see right what's in front of them, and they can't see like the whole of reality. I remember getting into a fight because somebody was being a stubborn jerk, sitting down, taking up too much of the seat. I mean, what the fuck? You know, am I in a different world? I feel like I grew up on a different planet, and everyone, or I should say the majority of people online are just in a whole nother world. And to sit here and say, oh, men shouldn't do it, but women should do it, is another idiotic double standard that is just so fucking dumb. But like I said, assholes sit like that, not the entire male, like every single man in the world. I think that shit annoys me as much as the whole smiling shit. You ever hear Brie Larson talk about that? I think they even put it in Captain Marvel. And this is why I say I feel like I was in a different, or I grew up in a different fucking planet than them. Because I'm a guy, and I've been told to smile more, just like that whiny bitch is about, by men and women. There was even one time I went to an audition for a pudding commercial, and it wasn't even my time to go up on stage. On stage, I was friendly and yada, 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 but in the seats, I guess they were just getting natural looks of people in the audience, and one person was like, legit, man, you had to, listen, this is true. They complimented my smile. They thought I had a really nice smile, but they said, you had a really nice smile. You should smile more. You know, because they saw me in the chair just sitting like stone face, like a blank face. You know what I mean? What? Only women get told to smile more? What are you, fucking stupid? No, they don't. I got it repeatedly. I got it in different bars or restaurants I worked at. I always got taught that, or told that. A number of women, waitresses and yada, 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 I'd get a compliment for my smile, then I'd get told to smile more, you know? And then you hear some girl, it was like chocolate pudding and shit like that. I was actually, because of my not smiling and because I looked a little rough around the edges, the one guy talked to me, pulled me off to the side about being a convict or an inmate in one of those Law and Order shows. True story. Went for a pudding commercial, and one guy was talking to me about getting up to New York and doing one of those Law and Order shows where, you know, it's nothing major. You're just some asshole that got arrested. Maybe you say like one line, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, the chair thing, assholes sit like that. And then on top, and I mean, if I'm chilling, I'm an air out. I mean, it is what it is. But with the smile more, same shit. When I hear Brie Larson talk about, this is the woman's struggle. What are you talking about? So I'm a woman now? Yo, okay, woman, you know? Anyhow, Disney. This headline is neat. Disney bought Marvel for $4 billion in 2009. A decade later, it's made more than 18 billion at the global box office. This was something similar to what I was saying to a friend recently. A friend was asking me about, not asking, we were talking about digital services. Netflix recently lost like $17 billion. I shit you not. Look it up. It's crazy. Well, a number of people I know have dropped Netflix almost all in the same month. And it wasn't like everyone got together and they were like, let's drop it. It was legit like, there's so many things, yada, yada, yada. We need to start trimming because it's just not worth it. We watch Stranger Things. We get rid of it. So they got rid of Netflix. I'm about to get rid of HBO soon. I think there's like one or two things I want to finish up watching on HBO. And then I'm dropping that. I'm not going with HBO Go and HBO Max and then Netflix. And then Disney has Disney Plus. And this is where I'm going to circle back to what I was talking to my friend about. When everyone was talking about Disney buying everything. And then it started coming out that Disney might be pulling away Marvel. And this is when the rumors were coming out that ended up being true. Disney's going to be pulling the Marvel shows and then putting shows on Disney Plus. Disney Plus is like its own Netflix, right? Now, here's the thing. I remember reading an old article that was really interesting about the original Star Wars was given to some company in some contract. I think George Lucas did it, where they gave them the rights to air it for like a ridiculous amount of time. So Disney at this moment does not have the original Star Wars. I don't know if they cleared this up, but I remember a few years ago, it was the case where Disney would never be able to air the original Star Wars on Disney Plus because that contract was already locked in with something else. And it was locked in for a few years at that point already. So I was telling my friend, I was like, yo, Disney is doing something that makes sense for it's like future proofing. Think about it. If they're Disney, all the animated shit, all the, the Pixar, whatever all that shit is. And then they got Marvel, the Marvel movies. Well, what else are they grabbing? They're grabbing, you guys name it. You guys are probably better at it than I am, but Disney's buying everything. I'm not really big into Disney, but one thing, you see them getting into everything. And what is that good for? If they have so many good, not just shows, but franchises, they could pump that shit onto a digital service and they could actually compete. Now, I think where Disney's going to go wrong a little bit is outside of the MCU movies and outside of all the Disney crowd, getting people like me, for example. I will never sign on for Disney. They killed Star Wars. If they had Star Wars, you might have had me. But they killed Star Wars. When it comes to the MCU, I'm kind of picky. I'll pick and choose. I'll buy Infinity War. I'll buy Endgame, and maybe a couple others here and there. But I'm not real big on owning the whole, Marvel Universe franchise of movies and yada, yada, yada. But for the diehard fans that are, you can go digital. You can pay. Your kids can watch some Disney cartoons or some animated shows. You can watch, you have a whole digital library of all the Marvel, all the Star Wars, whatever's available, all the new stuff that they're coming out with. And you don't have to deal with physical media taking up space or whatever other silly shit that people talk about. I love physical media. You know what I mean? I love it. So for me, it ain't no big deal. But that's something I was paying attention to a while ago, because if you're buying all this stuff that has value and they're putting it on their site, they might be able to hang. All right, let's see what we got down here. You gotta stay awake for 3 more hours, then you're gonna get, yeah, call that landlord. Call that landlord for show. Yeah, I think we can all universally agree. I'm skimming through the chair comments now. We can all universally agree the chair was stupid. I mean, I don't care where you sit politically. I personally don't care about political labels. It's just a stupid concept. I mean, if there's someone out there that likes it or wants to support it, you're more than willing to share your opinion. But it's just, I doubt I'll understand or get anything from it. Disney will buy the world, pretty much. What kind of I already answered that. The reason we sit with our legs slightly open is because we have testicles, not because we're sexist. Well, yeah, that's where it gets into a number of things. It's obviously a nut issue. It's obviously for certain people that are working out, you're gonna have big thighs. There's nothing there's no way around it, and it just is what it is, But again, there's different people who can sit cool, and then there's just assholes. If you guys want to hate on the assholes for sitting like assholes, go for it. Because guess what? Newsflash, and this goes to, most people here probably know it, but for anyone who is into the man-spreading, newsflash, they're probably doing it to us too. Like I said, this was a thing that we got in fist fights growing up over. You never, for the guys out there, I doubt there's many girls who did this, but for the guys, you ever have to sit down in an area? I remember one time it was in a parole office. I was going to see my parole officer. Sitting down, this one dude just stiffened up, wouldn't budge an inch. Wouldn't budge an inch. And we almost came to blows right outside it. Not that kind, you perverts. Out the door, through the elevator, let's go do this. I could probably name like 5 different times it was an issue. It was an altercation, actual physical altercation, or just about to be, because some asshole wouldn't give an inch. You know what I mean? So, yeah, if you want to yell at the assholes, yell at them. But don't say it's every man. Anyway, if you guys keep in mind, here's the yellow or the orange, I should say, if you have something to say to me directly, or if you're talking amongst yourself, you don't have to put anything, but if you're saying something to me directly, put @MakeAPathPresents, and then it'll highlight it right here, so then I could see it. Wait a minute, are you guys not seeing this? Is this not in the frame? Well, that's not cool. Anyway, here was an article. I did want to bring up the Marvel MCU to see how many people in the MAP family is interested in what's coming up. And I found this, which is, I thought everyone was loving what's going on, but somebody had a funny first quote. In case you needed your weekend ruined, Disney has just announced the next decade of Marvel programming at Comic-Con 2019. I don't even know what Jezebel is. This is a Jezebel website. I thought the media was nuts in love with Marvel and everything Marvel did, so I thought this was shocking. Having recently ended Phase 3, yada, 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 they teased a slate of films in the build-up to Saturday's panel in Hall H in descriptions of the presentation. When are they going to get to the point? Marvel... Okay, whether we like it or not, they delivered. First announcement. All right, so they're going to... I thought it was like a quick explanation of what they didn't like. I'm going to have to read this later because I'm not reading all this shit. There it is. All right. Here's what we have. The first one I'm actually excited about is Blade, and that's because the actor... He's fantastic. First up, Black Widow. Somebody did say that it was really gritty. They showed a preview. I like Scarlett Johansson after what she said recently, standing up for actors are actors, and that's what they do. I'm definitely going. Normally, I wouldn't even go see Black Widow, but just because she said what she said and she got a lot of slack for it, which I think is ridiculous. In this day and age, when people express their opinions, let's have a discussion. Everyone immediately goes to, no, you're an idiot and you should die in a wildfire. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, calm down. Black Widow's one I'm excited about. I will go see that. The Eternals, I don't know a damn thing about it. I probably won't see that unless the trailer is crazy cool. Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings, I have no idea what this is. Probably won't go see it. But again, unless the trailer is out of this world. Doctor Strange, I didn't even see the first one, so I probably won't go see that either. Thor, Love and Thunder, almost definitely not going to see this one. Some people have to clarify, how does Jane Foster, is that her name? How does she become a god? I think that's the one thing tripping me up. Because, like, Thor is a god, but isn't Thor his name? Or is Thor not his name? So if she gets the powers somehow, she's just given powers. I tried looking it up. In the comic, someone just gave her powers. I think it was Odin, which is Thor's dad. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. But Odin just gave her powers because Thor was in love with her and she was dying. I don't give a shit about any. That sounds like the worst character development story I've ever heard in my life. And apparently that's true. Anyway, so then you have Natalie Portman, who I like, by the way. I was a fan of Natalie Portman before most of you probably even knew who the fuck she was. So don't come at me with anything with her. I was a fan with her since she was in The Professional. Leon the Professional. Yeah, who's seen that? Leon the Professional, that was a classic. I think I was definitely in the 90s. Me and my brother. My brother was in love with, I forgot her name. Whoever she is. I just mentioned her name. Natalie Portman. And then when he found out she was in Star Wars as Queen Amidala, he was like, oh, shit, you know? So anyway, Thor, Love and Thunder. If it has Thor in it, I mean like the Thor. See what I mean? Like, this is weird. If it has Thor in it, then I'll probably check it out when it's on Redbox, unless it looks really good. I think some of these are TV shows. Like Loki, I think I heard that's a TV show. That is a really stupid logo. A fan made a logo that looks a million times better than that. But the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, this is actually interesting. I do dig both actors, so I might check that out. WandaVisions is a really stupid name, but I really like... holy shit, what's her real name? I really dig her. I mean, really dig her. She's cool as shit, so her real name is on the tip of my tongue. Again, that's going to be on the Disney Plus, I think, so chances are I'm not going to see that. The What Ifs, this piqued my interest because I remember reading a few What If comics when I was younger, like What If Wolverine Killed the Hulk. I'm pretty sure I had this one. Again, it was torn up. I think it was an older one. What if Wolverine... It might have been this one I had. What if Wolverine battled Conan? I know I had What If, and it had Wolverine in it. I had one with Punisher. And this one. We had this one. What if Captain America had been elected president? Mine was beat to shit, though. It was, like, terrible. But... Or even a reprint, if this is like a really old one and it's like super rare. We might have had a reprint, but I know for a fact we had this. This is a cool looking female Thor. I wish they do a cool suit like this. But then again, what if Jane Foster had found the hammer of Thor? I wonder if it started with the what ifs. But so that piqued my interest. Is the What If movie kind of like a what if? Is it like the comic? Anyway, and then we got Hawkeye, and then, like I said, Blade. I'm probably the worst one to... I'm going to go into the comments here. I'm probably the worst one when it comes to the MCU because I'm not into the MCU that much. Not at all. I'm going to see what you guys have to say. Because now that I'm looking at this, I'll probably go see Blade and Black Widow. I mean, for sure, right now. If the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is badass looking in the trailer, I'll go see that. But I really doubt I'll see much more than that. Angela says, I would not be surprised at all if Disney tries to buy The Walking Dead in the future when they realize how much they can make. They already tried their version of zombies. Well, the problem with Disney buying The Walking Dead is it doesn't fit their branding. They're going for branding like Blade, for example. Blade should be, without a doubt, a rated R. It should be one of the rated R. But Disney has this problem where they want everything under one umbrella so that way they can put it on their streaming service, and that way they could capitalize on as many child and adult clientele as they can without. And again, this is speculation. We don't know if they're going to have a mature side to their service. I would imagine they should. But Disney has often used umbrella companies that have different names that are owned by Disney to put out really violent shit. You know, people find out it's owned by Disney and they're like, there's no way. But yeah, it is. They just use a different company for that. So you never see the Disney name anywhere near it. Anyway, Blade should have been rated R. It's not. It's PG-13. And again, I think that's just because they want to keep everything in-house so that way they can have this service and they don't have to worry about putting any parental controls. They want that to be like a feature where you could, our whole Disney service, everything is watchable, easy. Set your kid down in front of it, boom, yada, yada, yada. There you go. All right. Dude, guys, I forgot exactly what it was. He said hateful stuff. Oh, you're talking to Spin. Yo, Ronnie, what's up? Why does Fear suck that much ass? I don't know, brother. Do you think Fear was a mistake on AMC's side? Yeah. I mean, it's still making money. It's getting renewed, so I guess it's not that bad of a mistake. Doctor Strange 2, first MCU horror movie? Oh, I have no idea. If so, that would be cool. Connie actress Laura Ridloff is going to star in the Eternals. So happy about it. I think that's cool. Yeah. What character is she playing? Don't even answer that. I don't even know who the characters are, I won't know. Loving the streams. I've loved everything Marvel has done, so I'm okay with them taking the risks, such as Shang-Chi and Eternals, because I had no idea what Guardians of the Galaxy was. See, and that's the thing. As long as you have a good story and you back it, you actually back it, you can come away with something great. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. Funny enough, I'm not big into the MCU, but if you laid all the movies out in front of me, I already own Infinity War and Endgame. But if you lay all the movies out in front of me, I would probably grab Guardians of the Galaxy as, ones to own. I didn't watch Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2, only because my daughter wasn't interested, and I'm just waiting. See, when I look at Marvel and the MCU, and no offense by this, but I look at it as like, kind of childish and kiddie stuff, but fun for adults to watch with your kids. Like, I thought friggin' Endgame was fantastic. And again, it's fantastic in a way where you can watch it with your kids or alone. You can watch it and love it yourself. But I would rather just save them for when Juliet's a little older and maybe she's a little more into them. You know what I mean? It's only Infinity War and Endgame Civil War. I forgot about that one. Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame were the only ones where the trailers made me go see it. I had to go see it, whether my kid wanted to go see it or not. She went with me to see them anyway, but she loved Thanos. She wanted Thanos to win. Kevin Feige also said that Fantastic Four and Mutants are in production as well. That's what's up. Do you think Fear should get canceled? Yeah, I mean, I think they should start over, but with the third series and take the characters that they're already developing over to the... Then again, as soon as I'm thinking that, no, they should just end it at season 6. Just give them one last season to end it. That's what I think. Half these are TV series, though, too. Are they really? I thought 2 of them were. Is Hawkeye a TV series? Hopper from Stranger Things is going to be in Black Widow. That's what's up. In the comic, Jane Foster got the hammer, but it was forced. I read it. It sounded stupid as shit. I mean, I read the write-up. She had cancer, done something good enough to be worthy, like Captain America, then draws the power from Mjolnir. Yeah, Kevin, I still think that's dumb. I mean, listen, with Captain America, and this is something, all they need to do is make a little correction. Keep in mind, it's dumb how it was done in the comic, but that doesn't mean they have to make it dumb on the movie. Like, for example, Captain America had this story behind him. He was this little twerp, this little bitch that couldn't do shit, but he had the heart of a lion. You know what I mean? You could respect that, and you can sympathize with him, you know? This is how he was born. You know, he can't, no matter how many push-ups he does, he's always going to be a little too skinny. You know what I mean? A little too thin, a little too weak. So he ends up risking everything for this experiment to make him a better soldier. And he was awarded this power that instead of letting it go to his head and letting it corrupt him, you know, he stayed pure. So when he picks up the hammer, you get it, you know, and you love those little scenes where he goes to pick it up and it wiggles, and you see Thor, he's a little nervous, and then he was like, no. I like Natalie Portman. I like her a lot. She's not going to bring that type of chemistry. She's fucking not. No matter what you do, she's not. She's not the one, bro. You know, she's not the one for that role. And if she proves me wrong and she knocks it out of the park, then fuck yes, you know, that's awesome. I'm all for it. But all they need to do is tweak some things and make it work. Not just, and again, when I read the write-up, it didn't say anything about her doing something good. It just simply said, you know, she is a good person. She's dying of cancer, and then the god gives her life, and then it gets real weird. Thor becomes unworthy at a certain point. Yeah, I read something about that too. Conan 2022, Little Mermaid becomes a man. Yeah, why not? Elizabeth Olsen. Gary Oldman was great in The Professional too. How many people agree? Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. He was great. Yo, Gary Oldman, I love that dude. Even when I was younger, I caught him in so many movies. I was like, yo, this dude is someone who, like, when I was growing up, I always thought, because I always wanted to write movies or direct movies or write and direct, like create your own movies. And I was always told, I didn't have any connections. I wasn't born rich. So I was always told, well, you need to become an actor first. You need to get in the door and do any and everything. An actor, hold a fucking boomstick. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do for the boom mics and the sound guys and all that. Or, you know, what is it? A gaffer? Anyway, do any and everything you got to do. When I looked at actors who inspired me or who I wanted to be like, it wasn't Tom Cruise. Everyone knows him. He's on every poster. The actors I looked up to, if I wanted to be an actor at that time, I would be like Gary Oldman, fucking Michael Rooker. Those are the guys I was looking up to. They're in every fucking movie that you've ever seen, you know, but they're not Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt. They're not like these big names that are so big. Sometimes it's hard to see them as a different character. Like Brad Pitt, I love the guy. A lot of charisma, grew up loving his movies, Fight Club 7, and you name it, Snatch, all this shit. But sometimes it's hard, especially now. It's like he's playing the same guy. There's something off with it. You know, Legends of the Fall was an excellent movie. Legends of the Fall actually inspired some of Doomsday Kingdom. It actually inspired some of the really depressive, there's a storyline where everything goes wrong for a long period of time. That was actually inspired from Legends of the Fall. Or Falls, I forget. Anyway, Gary Oldman, I think he was in Leon the Professional. He was in JFK. I think he played Lee Harvey Oswald. I'm almost sure. Yeah, I think that was what it was. And then he was in True Romance. He was the guy with dreads. A big couple of titties on that screen. But you clocking me. He was fucking great in that, yo. Who here hasn't seen True Romance? You want to see a movie that is kicks ass and no one talks about? Go get True Romance tonight. It was written by Quentin Tarantino, and I think it was done by, oh my God, I forgot his name. But Tarantino sold the script, and then he ended up making Reservoir Dogs and then getting money, and he tried to buy the script back. But the guy wouldn't sell it to him because he loved the script. I forget. Someone look it up and let me know. I know the name. It's just not on my head. Would World War III ensue if they made Charlie's Angels an all-male cast? I don't think anyone would care, really. I read Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch, is in Doctor Strange, which I love her, and it sounds unreal based on the cool shit they did in the first Doctor Strange. Wait, what? I read that. Elizabeth Olsen, that's her name. That's why someone put that in the comment. Scarlet Witch, she is gorgeous. If I could just create a clone wife of someone to look like, Elizabeth Olsen, immediately. Read Scarlet Witch and Strange, which I love her. And it sounds unreal based on the cool shit they did. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, brother. How much you want to bet the actress who plays Michonne will be the lead in Blade? No, we already know who the lead in Blade is, and she's already in the Marvel universe. She can't do that. Ronnie, can you play a video game? Haha, just kidding. Aaron, did you hear about the 2 new Halloween sequels? Yeah, don't even get me started with the new Halloween sequels. You know what? I did a video, and I'm going to rant a little bit. I can't believe how mad people got with my Walter White video. People are furious, and here's the thing. I'm not the one making a Breaking Bad movie. I didn't do it, you know what I mean? Like, fucking Vince Gilliam or Gilligan or whatever his name is. He's doing a Breaking Bad movie. He's the one who created the show. And they're making a movie. I get so many people telling me, no, it was just a liquor commercial. And I was like, wait a minute, that's weird because... And then I look it up and no, they're still filming the movie. It's about Jesse Pinkman. And only he has been confirmed so far as a cast member. So I did a video. If there's going to be a Breaking Bad movie, and there is, it's already confirmed, how can you do the movie and keep Walter White alive? I'll be honest. I love Jesse Pinkman. I love Breaking Bad. I don't give a fuck about Jesse Pinkman alone and no Walter White. And no, I don't want Walter White as a ghost. If I hear one more time someone suggest that Walter White's a ghost, I love you, Matt family, but if you're saying that, what is the matter with you? A ghost doesn't count. It's not even Walter White anymore. It would just be Jesse's idea of what Walter would say. It's just him assuming. It's essentially Jesse Pinkman talking to himself. Why would you want that? It's not Walter White. But anyway, so I did a video. This is one way that Walter White can live and not be in jail. And I really should have did a longer version because in the longer version, you can take everything that's debatable, and you can break it down to show how he can avoid going into prison. Yes, you know, we're not going to get into that, but there's some people that were furious. And then I see so many people going, the cancer will kill him, bro. It's like, it's a movie. It's a TV show. Just have the cancer, I don't know, not kill him. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of which, this drives me back to the Halloween. I had one prick who was vicious with their hate towards the idea of Walter White being alive. And again, I love the way Breaking Bad ended. If he stays dead and that's the end of it, fine. I love how it ended. He was so against it because he swore the cancer would kill him no matter what, even though it's a movie. And then this same prick went on to praise the fact that we're getting 2 Halloween sequels when Michael fucking Myers was locked in a goddamn basement, shot in the face, in the finger, fucking stabbed, and then he was blown the fuck up. But Walter White is dead no matter what because of the cancer. Like, who, what? 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 Holy shit. You can't just have the cancer, I don't know, not kill him, but oh my God, we got 2 new Halloween movies and Michael Myers is alive. Well, fucking suck me sideways, bitches. I didn't know you can get blown the fuck up. Let me guess, he's going to be another he's going to be a ghost too. Walter White and fucking Ghost Michael Myers here smoking a blunt before they separately go off to their own movies. Kyle B with a $5 dono. What if Walter White was a ghost in Breaking Bad movie? That'd be cool. Just kidding. I will come at you. Excuse me. I will come at you, bro. I will come at you. Thank you very much for the $5 for my crack habit. I appreciate the support. Legends of the Fall is so fucking awesome. Oh my god, yeah, I love that. American Dad, Family Guy. Now that's funny as fucking. Remember the Eddie Murphy? I have no idea what you're talking about. I watched those, but I was always stoned as hell, so I don't know. Kevin Feige said mutants instead of X-Men, so it's possible that we will rebrand them because I heard about someone saying X-Men was outdated and it should be, and it seems like a bad sign. Oh, dear God. Here we go again. Yeah, X-Men is bad. It should be X-Women. I saw that article, too. Jesus fucking Christ. I swear to God, I want to be Captain America. Not the superpowers. That would be nice. But fucking freeze my ass and don't wake me up until we're done being little bitty bitches, okay? Please just let me sleep. Fucking this world, man. Doomsday fan community with a $4 dono. Cool if I update tomorrow's raffle in the chat. Yeah, go for it. I'm not a part of this. I have to make that abundantly clear for a couple reasons. One, you're not allowed to do raffles on YouTube. Two, it is a fan community raffle, but I can definitely say that John, who is running it, is stand-up guy, big fan of Doomsday Kingdom, and he's looking for people that are interested in talking about Doomsday Kingdom to go over to, you're doing it on Facebook, go over to Facebook if you want to talk, not with me, with other fans, because obviously I'm going to say you should buy it. It's a good story. I fucking wrote it. I created it. So, and the artist, he's going to say the same shit. It's, go read it. So this is actually, he's building up something for readers of Doomsday Kingdom to go to one spot and actually talk to each other about the new issues and everything. So, check out his. He'll put a link in the comment section, I hope. But he's doing a raffle where he's giving away some cool shit. I told him not to. I told him it's too kind. He's giving away, I don't think right now, but eventually he has a giveaway. He better not do it right now. I want to build up to it, but it is like a custom sketch or something. But keep in mind, that's not for a while yet. I think he's giving away just the regular comics tomorrow. And then down the line, we're going to do something big with issue 4, and he's got sketch giveaways or some shit. So definitely, if you're interested in Doomsday Kingdom, check that out. I'm not sure if my cousin is streaming anymore. I haven't talked to him in a bit. I've been busy with the move, but I'm going to get in touch with him. I was going to send him a message today, but I forgot about it. Why can't anyone stay dead in movies? Well, here's the fatal flaw. Because people want those characters again. You know what I mean? They want to watch them again. That's why when I wrote the reboot script for Friday the 13th, and I stand behind that script because I don't bullshit you guys as fans and pull some bullshit fucking ending where Jason Voorhees maybe dies but comes back. No, do you know what my fucking ending is? The story pretty much wraps up and we see Jason brutally kill a person, and as the person's dying, they fall and pull off his mask, and we finally see, you have to understand the whole script, but we finally see Jason's deformed face clearly for the first time, and he's fucking smiling, which again, you'll have to understand the whole script, but this shows that he likes it. He likes the killing, So then the last remaining 2 girls, it was one guy, 2 girls in this one scene, they run off. They run off, and then Jason picks up his mask, and he puts it on, and he doesn't run. He walks towards the girls, and at that moment, and that moment only, we kick up an updated and kick-ass reboot of the original Jason theme, something that'll fucking give you chills on the back of your neck. And again, it's very important to do that. He walks after them because he does run and move fast in the reboot. But this is at a point where everyone in this vicinity is already dead. He's already getting used to more killing and being open, because before he was hiding it and being a little clever and yada yada yada. But now he's a little more open. So it's the very final shot. He starts walking. It goes into slow-mo. We get that theme song, the whole JJ, or whatever it is. JJ. I know it's kill him or kill mom or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. And then you cut the black right then and there. No bullshit, no fucking with the audience. He is alive. He's the last person you see at the end, because you know what? You're going to get another movie after this. And that's what we're saying. The point of that was the origin story, building up the new Jason and letting you know as a fan that Jason fucking won, bitch. You know, and he's coming back for the sequel. And we don't have to pretend, how did he get out of it? No, because he lived. There's more to it, where there's a few characters from part 1 that will be in part 2. There's this real cool, like, one-on-one with Jason and this one dude who is, let's just say, he's not a good guy, so he's kind of like the bad guy. But there's this one cool moment where Jason lifts him up, slams him into the ceiling, and slams him on the floor. And they're on the second floor, and the guy goes right through the rot floor and then right through like a kitchen table. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, that's how it should be done. Don't give me none of this, oh, he might be dead at the end, because we know you're going to bullshit us and bring them back. So, anyway. How's your cat doing tonight? My cat's being a little bitch. I'm watching my brother's doggy. You know that little dog we had a few times? We watch him when my brother goes camping or goes to visit family or something for a couple of days. And my cat is like, at first she didn't want to go near the dog. Now she's like sneaking around and hunting him. I'm like, you vicious little bitch, chill. Doomsday, or Dude Guy says, I watched your commentary video of Doomsday Kingdom issue 2. I just noticed that Mary is a dwarf. Now I can't. I just noticed that Marty is a dwarf. Now I can't unsee it. Laugh out loud. I swear he had normal height when I read it twice. No, Marty's a little person, bro. You know, there's a great scene, something small, but I think is fantastic coming up with Marty. Even when I was writing it, I was like, I really hope that people get, like really sad in this moment, but then immediately happy in this moment. And it's a really cool, clever scene dealing with Marty. But where do you think Ronnie is streaming from? It seems like he's in his closet. I'm literally in the same place I've been streaming from. You know, things are a little packed up, but it should be no different. I'm disappointed that Black Widow takes place between Civil War and Infinity War instead of it showing how she turned from assassin into an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed only because I really don't... Whatever. I don't mean to sound like a dick, but I don't care about a character who's already dead. Sorry, I don't give a fuck. So, I think the Black Widow movie, if I can speak honestly, I think they shit it out because they were forced to, in a way, and that's why it's out of order. It really should be in order with the other ones. That would be so stupid if Walter White is still alive. Well, here's the thing: is if they're gonna make it anyway. Now, keep in mind, I'm coming from the standpoint of I'm fine if Breaking Bad stays what it is, but we got a confirmation they're making a movie. I don't want a fucking movie of just Jesse Pinkman. And for everyone saying, oh, Jesse Pinkman's gonna come back and be like the new Heisenberg and mother... What are you... I'm sorry, but did you not watch any of Jesse's storyline? No fucking way, you know? That would literally kill his storyline. My brain hurts because I see people saying shit like that, but then they say Walter White can never be alive, you know? And it's like, you can tweak it some. if you want Jesse to be the new Heisenberg, I'm sorry for you, but that destroys his whole character and the character's journey. Anyway, Adam, my idea was, if we had to come up with an idea for Walter White to be alive, how would we do it? And that was what I came up with. I mean, keep in mind, there's not much you can do. There's really not much you can do. You can't have Walter White in prison the whole movie. Adam D. Mamp with a $5 dono. What cousins did you use to take dumpster diving? Any funny stories? You got an old how to dumpster dive video and you see a young ass looking Ronnie and Dallas. Oh, yeah. I'm not really sure if I understand what you're trying to say, though. You answered your own question. What cousins did you use to take dumpster diving? Dallas. And I think I took 2 other cousins, but Dallas was there. Any funny stories? You got an old... I mean, we've talked about dumpster diving so many times. I'd probably just be repeating a story, but honestly, you're not getting a lot of funny stories. You're just finding valuables that people toss. And for anyone who has no idea what dumpster diving is, it's not restaurant garbage that's dirty and nasty. There's some dumpsters that are brand new. They got housing. They smell like candles because they throw out candles and paperwork and other shit. And I mean, it's proper. You know what I mean? It's cleaner than most bathrooms out in the public. Anyway, a lot of these places throw out good shit because they're just clearing out space. I've recorded tens of thousands of dollars of merchandise just tossed out. Halloween stores, when they open up, when they close down, they take like the Spider-Man costumes and they put them back in the truck. But all the other things, wigs and costumes they don't think they'll resell, all that shit goes in a dumpster. I literally seen 2 full dumpsters of nothing but Halloween decorations. It was almost an entire Halloween store. They sold all and made all their money back and just threw away everything else. And I must have made like 19 carloads back and forth. And then I would go and just hustle out everything at flea markets and shit like that. Pulling in like $400 a week, just hustling. And we're talking, you set up everything. You're there for a few hours. You make $300. Come back the next day, make $400. That's when YouTube, I wasn't making any money on YouTube. So I had like 3 different jobs there. If anyone is interested, check out Friday the 13th video. Take a walk says, if anyone is interested, check out the Friday the 13th video on the Ronnie Hayes channel. It's a good one. I'm coming up with a slimmer, polished version for those who just want like a 10-minute pitch video of what it would be. Your Friday the 13th script was dope. It would make a great film. Listen, I stand behind that. As a lifetime Jason Voorhees fan, I think that would be fan-friggin-tastic. Again, it needs a polish because I wrote the script in 1 month on a bet, and I know for a fact it needs a polish, especially with some of the characters. But there was the things I did in there specifically for the fan base, like just giving them treats because I don't want to get into everything, but I feel like if anyone sits down in Hollywood to write a Jason movie, they're going to go, okay, what was done? All right, well, let's do that, but put a twist on it in the smallest ways. Like, think about it. Even look at the new Friday the 13th reboot. The only twist they did is one dude is looking for his sister, and his sister ended up being someone that Jason thought for a moment was his. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's little tiny twists on it like that. It's kids going to a yada, yada, yada. What if series actually interests me? The what if. I hope they do a what if Thanos got the Cap's girlfriend Peggy. Oh, yeah. I meant mistaken the way that I hurts the quality of the main show with shifting characters around, focusing on 2 worlds instead of putting all the money and focus on The Walking Dead. Yeah, listen, in a perfect world, I would love The Walking Dead to just be its own show. Andrew Lincoln, stay there. Morgan, stay there. Dwight, stay there. In a perfect world, that's what we all probably would prefer. But it seems like the channel and the old formula is not going to be around in a few more years. And maybe it's going to evolve into a different digital platform with AMC Premiere. If that's the case, I don't think AMC would take the main show and put it right over to AMC Premiere. I think, if anything, they would slowly, get rid of the main show, but bring over and like sprout the Rick movies, this thing. And again, it's tricky when you're explaining it because you have a series, because it's the old way of doing things where you have set days, you have a set schedule, you have set number of episodes, and it's year in, year out the whole time the show's on. And that's to make it easy in the old way of doing things where you have a time where it airs and it's fighting ratings of other shows. But in the future, a lot of content is likely going to move away from having a certain time slot. Imagine The Walking Dead releasing like Stranger Things instead of binging. I think binging Netflix, I know you're going to yell at me, a lot of you, but I think Netflix should move away from binging and they should move towards some type of weekly release. It doesn't have to be, it could even be smaller than a weekly release, but I really feel like they should just do 8 weeks in a row of Stranger Things, make it a little event, because they need to keep people around. Anyhow, imagine AMC being able to, and that's if they can get it funded and if they can make enough money back, more or better than what they were making with other ads. Again, this is something they have to build up. They can't just tomorrow do it. They need to get all their ducks in a row. Doomsday Fan Community says, I'll be talking with 407 beers ago tomorrow at 9 p.m. We'll put name during stream and you can enter raffle on my Facebook page, Doomsday Kingdom Fan Community, giving away physical DK 1 and 3. Hey, you make sure in the stream, make it abundantly clear that it is the guest doing a raffle. Because like I said, you're not allowed to do that on YouTube, so you don't want your buddy getting in trouble. So just double, just to be extra safe. But yeah, for those who want a chance to win some Doomsday Kingdom comics, the fan community is going to be giving some away. See him for more details. Fear is bad this season. Really hope the third show is better. Yeah, same. How long do you think The Walking Dead will go on for? Bro, it's not going away. The comic, I understand that. It doesn't make nowhere near the amount of money. It doesn't have nowhere near the amount of people involved as compared to the show and the business and what it's doing for that company and yada, yada, yada. But I do say yada, yada, yada way too much. I'll start saying whoop-de-whoop more. Anyway, the Fear the Walking Dead TV universe will 100%, without a doubt, be around for at least 10 to 20 more years, without a doubt. I mean, it's already been going towards 10. I said it's never going away. The Walking Dead franchise, the show franchise, that is equivalent to what Star Wars is doing. It might die off for years. It will never completely go away, because then someone's going to come up and someone's going to redo a show, redo a movie, keep something going. They're going to do Judith or RJ. You know what I mean? The Walking Dead TV show will be going on, and I guarantee it'll be on in some way when my daughter's in college. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, I don't mean the same main show running. I mean, we might get some downtime. It might really hit rock bottom, but then they'll make a resurgence. You get people, when The Walking Dead loses popularity, that is when the investors come in. The money, people who want to make money and they got the passion to take this that AMC is done with. They ran it into the ground. Let's say they've been on for 15 years, they ran it into the ground, and then you get some company that comes and they say, we'll buy it from you for so-and-so, $100 million or whatever. again, that's way low, but and then AMC says, screw it, we're done with this, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You can have our super sloppy, fifths. Here you go. Super sloppy 20ths. And that company takes it and they reboot some amazing, crazy shit, and it's off to the races again. A Walking Dead like you've never seen before. Something more accurate to the comic with F words, with cursing, naked zombies, titties flopping about. You've got faces being blown apart. Some just crazy, Rick getting his hand cut off. Something that is, a true and authentic representation. That would be something that would be crazy. Again, you got to add some fresh and original content, but something that stays a little closer to the source material. Imagine a governor that actually looks like the governor. I like what David Morrissey did, but imagine that. But again, they twist the storyline around. You have Andrea, who is actually Andrea. Dale, who is actually Dale. I know you love Carol. I'm sorry, but she is not the same. She's a shithead and she kills herself. Anyhow, have you seen the Witcher Netflix trailer? I think it looks good. I think that looks good. Why did I get Fear renewed for season 6? Why did Fear get... I have no clue. If you were new to the Walking Dead comics, would you but the Walking Dead compendium, volume, or issues? Would I buy them? Is that what you're asking? If I was new to them, yes. It'd be the same as when I was new to them. Absolutely. I would buy the compendiums because you get more for your dollar. I've found my compendiums for $30 on Amazon. Now, keep in mind, they're $60 when they're brand new, and they contain 48 issues, 48 single issues. So I'd go for all 4 compendiums, and then you need issue 193, and you're done. 4 big books and issue 193, and you're done. Wait, DD Gaming is such a troll. He actually streamed Fortnite from the afterlife, but only once. Nice. Ronnie is streaming out of the shack where he smokes his crack. Fucking right. No crack in the house. Muse says that Fear doesn't suck near as much as people hear bitch and moan about it. Yeah, I'm sure there's still, there's got to be people watching it if they renewed it. I think it comes to a particular taste. Because like I said, even when I was reviewing it, let's be clear, even when I reviewed it, it's not terribly done. It's not incompetently done with the acting and the directing and what we're seeing on screen. And the zombies don't look like, ass and shit. It's just, I just find it boring. And some of the tension, it's just not my tastes. And some of the tension feels like they put no thought in the tension whatsoever. I mean, a zombie literally trips over wires. That's the main tension in the finale. A zombie tripped over an extension cord. I'm worried that this is an annoying question, but I won't talk about my subs anymore. If you want, some channels don't like that. You tend to give me good advice, though. Yeah, I mean, listen, pop in once a month and do an update. Yeah, but I've seen a few comments. I know, coming in every week and being like, my subs are at this, so I've seen a few comments. So I think best of both worlds, shout it out. Or just even say you're doing good. You don't even need the exact number. Just say you're doing good, you're going up, because you're right. Not just content creators. I've seen people like in chat. Chat don't like it, because it looks like someone who's saying, look at me, come here, do this. But especially if people don't know that you've been here a while, you're kicking it, and yada, yada, yada. Just come in and say it's doing great or it needs some advice on this. Simplify it, Jim Flanagan, did you see the new Top Gun trailer? Yeah, it looked all right. I'm a huge fan of you, brother. You always make my Sunday the best day of the week. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much, Superhero Cop Vlogs. I appreciate that. You excited for the Rick movies? I hope we get a trailer. I'm not answering that. That's obvious. I'd hate for Alicia to die. Fear, don't know if you covered it yet, but I hate last year. She's not going to die. We already saw her in next season. Dude, guys, Walter White hid under the dumpster. Exactly, bro. It's to gain new readers and promote this project to new readers. Raffle is free. I think he's answering someone's question. Let me see here. Rob Gagnon. with a $10 dono. Hashtag, I don't know what that says. Throughout. Here's some money, Ronnie, but buy yourself a beer. Screw it. Okay, you're missing the C in that. Hashtag screw it. I love it. Thank you very much for the dono, homie. And yeah, I'll definitely buy myself a beer with that, maybe. I don't drink nowhere near as much anymore, ever. So I'll buy myself a beer with it eventually, though. Kyle B with a $2 dono. Ever been harassed by police while dumpster diving? I've had a couple interactions with cops while dumpster diving, but dealing with some slick fucking hustlers back home and people from New York or Jersey who are dealing with cops every second, it's kind of like a cat and mouse where the cop is pretty much their neighbor, because they're being watched so much. And every second they do something wrong, a cop is on their ass, and hearing how they interact with them, I kind of up my game with being slick. And I think I'll never forget it. We came out of a bar or a club. It was a nightclub. It's like 2:30 in the morning or some shit. We get to the block at like 3 in the morning. And I got my whip there. Music is blasting. And a cop pulls up. Now, the whole block is, it's a welfare block. So everyone is either a hustler or a fiend. So that it wasn't like being a dick in a normal neighborhood, but we were still being a dick. Anyway, cop pulls up. Well, what's up with the music? Whoop-de-whoop. And I had nothing to say. I was just like, bro, get the fuck off the block. I mean, no, did someone call you? I mean, is there a problem here? But before I could say anything, my one homeboy was like, listen, officer, I didn't want to make any sudden movements. We just pulled up. We were a little bit hyped. We had it loud. We got out of the car. We didn't realize with the windows down, it'd be so loud. Because, when you're in the car, you just figure it ain't going to be that loud. Whoop-de-whoop. But he was slick with it. He was like, I didn't want to make any sudden movements and run over to the car and freak you out. And it was cool. I mean, cop was like, all right, shut it down, yada, yada, yada. And that was the end of it. So when cops roll up, don't bullshit them. Like, if you're dumpster diving and a cop rolls up, be straight with them. Be like, hey, listen, I got into dumpster diving because companies are tossing out a lot of stuff. And I'm recycling it. I'm not stealing, not breaking anything. I don't make a mess. And that's one big thing. You have to not make a mess, but if someone dumpster dives in ahead of you and they make a mess, you have to clean up that mess. Because if you do and there's no issues or problems, they're cool with you. It ain't no thing, They just want to make sure you're not stealing shit. I had one cop back home, as a matter of fact. He's so interested. He stayed there for like an extra 10 minutes asking me about it. And I'm like pulling these strategy guides, video game strategy guides. They threw like a whole library of them. And I'm pulling the strategy guides out. And after a while, he just was like, he didn't say it, but he was like, I'll get them. So he's outside the dumpster and I'm inside the dumpster. And he's like, I'm handing them to him and he's stacking them up. And then I hop out of the dumpster and he hands them to me and I put them in my car, all stacked nice. He was there for like 15 minutes asking about it, just genuinely like interested and curious. And I mean, they're like that. You run into some cool people. You run into assholes, though. It happens. You just got to play it cool. Anyway, Smarty Pants, after the Walking Dead movie trilogy, what would you personally want them to do next? I mean, that depends on what spot they put me in. If Michonne is alive, I want to know what she's doing. I don't want the character to just leave like Maggie. This fucking sucks. I want to know where Maggie went. I want to know what she's doing. I mean, throw us a frickin' bone here. Either put her back on the main show or do like a few mini-series in the off season and show what she's doing. So it all depends on what the main show is doing. And that's my whole thing. If the main show is splitting apart, I want to fill in those gaps. But if they don't split the main show apart, then I'm even happier because it all stays under the one roof. Ronnie, what wattage or setting do you keep your vape on? Just got a drag too. I keep mine on 90, but it matters on what coil you got. Like I got Freemax, I think it's called, Double Mesh Pro. And the wattage estimate is 60 watt to 90 watt. And I'm running it at 90 watts. Alicia nearly died tonight, Ronnie. How? Do we think the CRM are in North Carolina? No. I'm not thinking about where it's located, to be honest. I know people are thinking Philly because of the poster, but I doubt it. If they're going to keep it a secret, they're just going to pick a random cityscape and put it on the promo. That promo don't mean shit. Did you see Cats trailer? Thoughts? Cats, that looks fucking terrifying. Cats looks like, you can see what they were going for. You can see what they were going for. And which is a shame, because what this part, it's probably this part. Some of the movements and how they move around, it is real jarring and weird, especially if there's a lot going on. When the like here, when it's not moving, looks wise, it's still fucking nightmare fuel. But looks wise, it's not that bad. It looks like fur. Is she wearing fur on fur? What kind of sick bitch is this? But my point is, having this human nose was a horrendous oversight. I mean, horrendous. It should have had, the human actor likenesses, but with that cat feature. If anything, this human nose, this part of all it looks like is a upright cat with furry titties, an upright cat, and a face CGI slapped on. And it looks like that when they're dancing. But when they're sitting still, because again, it's not moving, it's less work, you can see kind of what they were going for, but it is nightmare fuel. I don't know why they made that decision. Like this one too, you can even tell by the angle. Like this part especially is off. It might be that angle. It's like someone took her eyes, her nose, and her lips. Look at this. This is fucking terrible. It's like someone took her eyes, her nose, and her lips and just slapped it onto this blank face of a cat here. I think what it is there's a subtlety in the angle that throws it off a bit. And the blending, how it's blended. Like it's too flat or something. It looks like they just tossed it on the hairy body. I mean, that's fucking awful. I mean, look at that. This is something you would find in fucking Dr. Seuss with Jim Carrey that is for, infant kids or or stoned teenagers. You know what I mean? And what's with the dimensions? Like the sizes. This cat is the size of a fork? I mean, not even? Are you shitting me? Is that really how tiny she is? And then where's the other cat? There was one cat that was... I don't know. This is god awful. Look at this. Again, you could see what they were going for. Like around here, like if you just take into consideration the actual fur aspect, it doesn't look terrible. But again, it's the mouth, nose, and eyes. It's not sitting right. And I'm not a graphics designer I don't work with fucking CGI. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what the problem is. You should know what the problem is. If you work in that industry, you should know where they went wrong. All I know is what my eyes as a fan tell me. And when I first saw that trailer, oh dear God, immediately I thought, this is not going to work, or this is not looking good. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Cats trailer. That's the Cats meow. Where did my questions go? Oh, here. Dude, guys, with a $10 dono, I'm happy that Fear is getting a 6th season. I'm going to try to audition. Probably nothing will happen, but either way, it's a life experience. I'll play a zombie for 2 seconds, laugh out loud, realism for the win. Go for it. You might as well go for it. Where's that other dono? Was that it? Okay, I got the other one already. Yeah, you might as well just go for it. I mean, are you building up a resume? Are you doing something? If you're not, in the meantime, in between going to auditions, I'm telling you right now, try your absolute best to get into anything. And I mean anything at all, even if it's an acting class. And again, this is not an ego thing. Don't think like, I personally think every actor, when they're starting out, until you really hone your craft, every actor that's getting into something should do it just for the sake of discovering your own range and capabilities at all time, because each different teacher will teach you something a little bit new and unique, but it's for your resume. If you show up and you have no resume, there's a huge chance they're just not even going to look at you. They're going to pick someone with a little bit of experience over someone with nothing. Just try to get something, anything, a little bit. Now that Rick, Carl, and Michonne are off the show, they should just do more seasons, unless Dwight, Morgan, and Alicia come back. Do more seasons? Nah, I'm not cool with that. It's all written. Nah, I think 16 is, that's already the max of what it should be. Have you seen Omega Man? No. You see them, what are your thoughts? I enjoy older apocalyptic stories. I don't think I've ever heard of those. Last Man on Earth, no. I'll have to look them up. Have I played Bloodborne? Yeah, I really didn't like it. I don't know. It was one of those where I just couldn't get into all the different types of controls. Not just having a lot of controls, but the types and what they were and spells and shit like that. Ronnie, Alicia got blood on her face from a radioactive zombie in episode 7, and it ended up being another Glenn dumpster dive situation. Yeah, I figured as much. They're not going to kill her off. I thought for a moment she would ask to leave, and that's the only way they would kill her. Outside of that, she's not going. Again, unless she wants to leave. Yeah, that Cats trailer. Dear God. Yeah, I'm going to go see It Chapter 2. I'll make a video on that one for sure. Ronnie, any more Fortnite in our future, whether it's a stream or vids? Yeah, we'll probably have some Fortnite. Again, this is tricky. I haven't played since Days Gone came out, which is April. So that's like the end of April, roundabout May, June, and July. We're talking 3 months straight not playing. I'm going to jump on and I'm going to be like the worst player ever. It's going to be nothing but frustrating. There's a chance I might do a few just to laugh at how bad I got since I stopped playing. But I did watch somebody play today, and I'll be honest, I was actually relieved that I quit playing. Because they got into the end match, and there was like 5 guys left, and all of them were boxed up in their builds, and I can't play like that. I'm playing to fight and to kill and to do shit and to play the game, not hide and hope the storm kills my enemy. That's such a pussy way to play. Spencer, hey bro, been loving your vids lately. Hope the move continues to go smoothly. Keep it rocking. Thank you very much, Spence, for the dono. I appreciate that. We had another one come in from Chris. Appreciate all your videos you've been putting out and live stream. Your grind is appreciated, brother. Best YouTuber. Thank you very much, Chris. Chris, I appreciate that. That's what you get for saying Chris and appreciate all at the same time. But thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate that, homie. Trying my best because I know we're going to have some downtime. But like I said, I already recorded some videos. You guys have videos for the next 2 days already ready to go on the Make Path Presents channel. I have 4 videos on the Ronnie Hayes channel already uploaded, already waiting to go. I'm going to get them starting to come out tomorrow. They're the week 4 of Days Gone. Anyway, Ronnie, my dream is to be in a Marvel movie. I am working out a lot and hope to build up my resume over the next 15 years. Have at it, brother. Go for it. You have 15 years. you're in a better position than I am. You know, I threw my time away selling drugs, bro. I'm fucked. You know, I can't do anything. I'm just strictly going for writing, doing the comic, and anything else I can do, you know? I say if you got 15 years, put in the work and get it done. Try to do it sooner. I don't know why. Unless you're like 5 years old, I don't know why you need 15 years, though. Ronnie, 16 seasons would make sense. The first 8 was the story of survival. The next 8 are stories of rebuilding civilization and sequel show, hopefully. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I don't like having strictly a number of seasons for strictly a number of things, you know? I never liked that. Even with the comics, I hate how they squeeze story arcs into only certain issues, because it could just be the story arc that has 2. And we've seen that. We've seen that with Fear the Hunters. It was only like 2, or I'm sorry, it was only like 4 out of 6. And then No Way Out was also like 4 out of 6 or something. Probably already answered, but what are you most excited for in Phase 4? I'm not a big MCU guy, so I'm not. There's nothing where I'm jumping up and down and saying hell yes. To be honest, I'll be real with you. Blade is probably one thing, but I think that's Phase 5. Blade is one thing I'm a little bit excited about, mostly because of the actor, though. I dig his charisma. Again, I think he's Phase 5. But I'm up for making fun of a lot of Phase 4, you know, because if it falls apart, it'll be a lot to make fun of. But again, it's Marvel, so they could have stumbled, but now they're back on their feet. If we get a lot of Captain Marvels, then yeah, we can make fun of it. But if they do more Avenger, Captain America, Thor, the ones that are good, I think they're fine then. They should just rock out like they did with the first few. Still playing Days Gone. I'm trying my best to get XP up so I can get Trust Level 3 in Diamond Camp Lake. Yeah, I still play. Did you talk about Death Stranding? Yeah, we pretty much just went over the Steelbook and the release date. Not much more to say other than I dig it. I'm digging the weird shit, and I can't wait to play it, and we will play it on the channel. I'm staying away from a lot of details with it, though, because I don't want to know everything. I don't want to get into the spoilers. You know what I mean? Anyway, Ronnie, what are your thoughts on conspiracy YouTube channels and conspiracies in general? Been diving deep, and I'm just saying, look into it, bro, if you have the time. Well, I'll be honest, bro. I don't have the time for that. If you would tell me a conspiracy in particular, but to just go wildly out into YouTube and look at all conspiracies until I find something interesting, bro, you're sending me out on a wild goose chase, you know? If you have something specific, I'll look at something specific. I like a good conspiracy theory, you know? I'm real skeptical, though, because, you know, you gotta be, I feel. However, I do believe there's a certain amount of things that are definitely hidden or covered up. I mean, it's absolutely real. They killed Nick off, though. Who said that? Yeah, you have to finish that sentence, Dr. Smarty Pants. I don't know what that matters. You watching any of the Marvel TV shows? No, probably not. Would you like if Halloween went to an anthology? No, fuck no. Fuck no. Hells no. I don't like anthology for something like Halloween. Yeah, I seen Shot Caller. That was all right. Ronnie, you are young. Don't talk yourself into being old permanently. Yeah, tell that to my back. It was moving shit. Here's the thing, too. I'm lifting like a couch by myself. I'm like shifting fucking dressers by myself. I stood up. I'm holding like an iced tea bottle that's almost empty. And I quickly turned to the left. Just a small little turn, but I like moved quick. The cat knocked something down. And then I felt like this fucking pinch in the middle of my back. And I was like, God damn it, man. You know, fuck. That fucked me up for a whole day. I was out of commission. I had an old injury from being thrown out of a car, though. My disc in the middle of my back, my disc slips in and out. I don't know. You could look it up, but something happens where, unless the doctor was bullshitting, but once you slip a disc, it'll have a tendency to do that if you overwork it or fuck it up or something. And when the location of my disc, when it slips out, it actually presses on my lung. So it's like real painful and it's hard to breathe. So, but yeah, after I did that, I don't know if it helped, but I like leaned forward and like, I don't know, rounded my back out and it felt real good. I got like a good crack out of it, and then it slowly started going away. Gary Oldman is like Steve Buscemi. Did you see Mandy? Mandy what? Oh yeah, with Nicolas Cage. Ronnie, I'm 22. I think you still have a chance, bro. You're in great shape. Oh, bro, if you're 22, there's no reason for you to wait 15 years to get in the, unless you're like, you want to be, what's up, honey? Hold on one second. I have my daughter keeping the cat and the dog away, and she's tired, so we're gonna shut us down soon. But yeah, unless you want to be, in prime shape and ripped at, 36 or whatever you said, 37, you would be roundabout. I would say get your career going now. Do everything in your power now. Build up your resume. Go for it. It might take you different roles in order for you to land something big like that, So go for it. Have you seen Summer of '84? Yes, I did. Have you seen the Netflix Witcher trailer? Yeah, it looks pretty good. How many Walking Dead seasons do you think it will be? A lot. I think, well, no, I won't answer that because the seasons is not the future of where they can go, not their full potential. It's just simply the franchise, the name, The Walking Dead, the TV universe. It will go on for a few more decades. It might die out. There might be a few years where there's not one show, but then it'll come back in some way, shape, or form. Favorite Walking Dead episode and season? I don't know yet. I'm actually going back through the catalog to pick like my favorite. If I picked a favorite right now, it's going to be season 7, episode 1. But I don't feel like that's my true favorite. Didn't Morgan Freeman become an actor at 50 though? I think that people can start anytime in their life. It's all a matter of what it took to get there. You know what? You might have something on me there. Morgan Freeman isn't a good example though, because he's been acting a lot earlier than that. But I know what you mean. There's been a couple actors that started when they were like 40. There was some that were lawyers and then they quit and picked up an acting gig. Morgan Freeman definitely started when he was younger, because I remember him in This Was Then, That Was Then, This Is Now, for example. And I think he was like, in his late 20s or early 30s when he was in that. So he was definitely older. Well, Muse, I need some of your... you need to tell me what water you drink. I need to look and feel young my damn self. Let me know where the fountain of youth is. I like a good conspiracy theory. I'm really skeptical, though. Very verbal irony. I mean, you can like a conspiracy theory. It doesn't mean you're going to believe all the theories you hear, because that would make you just a fool. So I don't agree with that joke. Cool. I think I get what you're saying. Is it like a joke? But I don't agree with that. If Frank Delane rang your doorbell, would you let him in? Is that Nick from Fear the Walking Dead? Yeah, why not? I mean, he'd probably, like, there's a car breakdown or something. Yeah, I'd let him in. Do you have to watch the movie Papillon? What? Oh, I'll watch it. Papillon? Why, though? I said prematurely, not permanently. Laugh out loud. Oh, why did my brain read that permanently? Ronnie, you're healthy AF and will be kicking ass for years. I'm going to try. After my move, I have been really eager to get back in shape. I used to work out, probably since I was, really young, doing jogging in a lightweight kicks airs in the sky, punching bag, shit like that, like shadow boxing, punching bag, speed bag, nunchuck training. I even trained with nunchuck, the bow staff, the size, a lot of that shit, and I enjoyed it, and it was for staying in shape. And when I had my daughter, I slowly stopped. I think when she was like 1 year old, that's when I completely stopped working out. And I've been missing it lately. I've been missing it a lot. I really miss, that feeling when you're working out and you're in pretty good shape, It's a rumor that the PS5 will be $800. Well, I'm glad you clarified it right here. I'm surprised Daniel was only gone for 3 episodes straight. I don't think they'd even be enough time for him to go do music. Maybe it was a gotcha troll thing. He probably just needed a little adjustment in his schedule. What I don't like is the writing, how it's written where we don't see that play out. He just straight tells us. He's like, oh, with my daughter, I had to go do things, and I'm fine now, so I'm back. And that was probably some of the worst dialogue. And again, it's not bad because it's like terrible. It's bad because it's lazy. It's just flat lazy. How difficult do you find it to write dialogue in your comic or any other project you work on? That depends on the character. It really does. If you get to know your character, they will speak for you. I remember reading books on Stephen King and other writers, and I remember vividly reading how they didn't write the characters. The characters took hold of the story and did it themselves. And I remember thinking, that's what you get for making some money and then going on drugs, because that doesn't make any goddamn sense. You're the fucking writer. You think of everything. But it actually, once you start writing, it actually makes sense, and it works like that. You get used to your characters, right? Let's say I'm used to Tristan, and I'm used to Katie and Shahid. If something happens, I know like something's going to happen. Because I'm so used to the Tristan character, before your brain thinks of what they should do or what would be neat for them to do, you automatically know what that character would do because you know them so well. That's what they mean by those characters write themselves. So I think some of the tricky ones are characters you don't know, you're not familiar with. Some newer characters you didn't do a bio for if you're not building a biography of the character before you get started, backstory and all that, which is helpful, but some people you don't really need it. I think it really does matter on the character and how well you know them. How difficult do you find it to write dialogue in your comic? Yeah, especially when you're working and you're paying attention to making them different for a reason. Then it starts playing mind games with you, because then it's like, are you making it too on the nose? Is it not subtle enough? Is it yada, yada, yada? But just do your best with it. Is Citizen Kane the greatest movie of all time? I don't think so, no. Any chance Blade is rated R? I think it needs to be in order to reach full potential. I am almost positive they confirmed already it will be PG-13. I wasn't knocking your conspiracy theory view. I just thought it was funny when you said you were skeptical right after it. No biggie. Well, yeah, I was pretty much saying the same thing. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a conspiracy theory nut, I'll listen to a good one. That's pretty much it. But what I mean is... everyone needs to be a little skeptical, One conspiracy, most of Hollywood seems to privately part of a satanic cult, which is why they worship a hermaphrodite demon named blah, 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 with magic being as above, so below. With the more and more Hollywood is on Twitter, the more and more I'm thinking there's nothing organized about it. Maybe certain parts of it. There's fucked up groups in Hollywood. There's fucked up groups in anything. But, You get a lot of rich people or people in the same social circles, and yet you're bound to run into cliques and groups. Some of them are going to be pedophiles. Some of them are going to be druggies. Some of them are going to be fucking shot in the head. That's out there. You know what I mean? A lot of them aren't getting caught every day because money. Money will cover a lot of crimes. But eventually, I'm sure some of them will get popped and busted, and that's how it is. Something's always coming to light. Do you think Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman? Oh, do I like them? Yeah, I like them. You think we get some F-bombs by Rick in movies? I hope so. Are you a Dragon Ball Z fan? No, unfortunately not. What is the fastest miles per hour you've ever done? Jesus, I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. Death Stranding. I did have a video for the Death Stranding trailer, or at least I was in the middle of making one, but I forget why. But then I stopped, and I just never got around to finishing it. I wasn't really sure if there was a lot of people. Something drew me away. I remember it was something where it didn't seem like a lot of people wanted it, so maybe I'll revisit that because it's not coming out for a few months yet. Yes, Richard, as far as the fastest I've ever went was maybe like 120 miles an hour or something, 130, 35. I don't think much more than that, not that I can remember. You need to do a vid giving your thoughts. All right. Ronnie, what's going on with Sadiq in the trailer? Is he being attacked? Oh, yeah. Fucking Rosita. She didn't get that child support payment, so she's fucking teaching him a lesson. Are you done with Spider-Man PS4? I don't know if I'm done completely, but at this time, I don't really have an interest to revisit it. But who knows? I mean, after I move, I might throw it on for a few videos. That's what's good about the secondary channel. When I'm in the mood to play something, I play it. Like, I'm doing the weekly challenges for Days Gone. That company sent me a Steam code. We tried out Daymare 1998. After I move, I was thinking about doing some more Red Dead 2. But again, it's just snippets here and there. That way, we're not stuck and forced on playing something every day, releasing this specific thing, unless it's something new that is fun and interesting. We're doing Borderlands 2. Nice mix of variety. So I think maybe we'll do a few more Spider-Mans, but I doubt I'll play the whole game on the channel. Would you like it if Tim Burton and Michael Keaton teamed up for a third Batman movie? No, I would not. With the storyline of Bruce Wayne's comic story when he has to take down the new Batman. Nah. I don't want an old Batman. I don't want an old Michael Keaton Batman. I love Michael Keaton, but I just don't want to see Batman like that. No, he's old. I'm 22 and I've never dated once, but plan to start this year. Fucking go for it, bro. Have at it. It's fun. You going to Doctor Strange sequel? Probably not. Do you like 50 Cent? I used to. I haven't listened to any of his newer music, but we were listening to 50 Cent, his actual fucking mixtapes when he was selling them. Because we got a guy that brought some in from New York. I think one of my friends went in New York and got a few mixtapes, and he came back, and it was a 50 Cent guy. This is 50 Cent before Eminem, when he had these little mixtapes, and I fucking swear I wish I saved one, because I remember saving or having one of his mixtapes that he himself made. And we were blasting his shit when no one knew him. We thought he was just some hood from fucking New York. And because that was big back then, having your CD. Everyone was selling them at the trunks of their car. I'm sure they still do it now, but it's probably a lot more digital now. Everyone was making CDs and selling them out of trunks of their car, car washes, or at the bodega or whatever it is. Well, I remember my boy got one, brought it home, and we were fucking blasting that shit. And I think it was like a year later, or whatever the timeline is. It was a while later. He got picked up with Eminem, and then it was his whole rise with his shit. But yeah, we were blasting his shit, in the neighborhood before anyone knew who the fuck he was. That was actually pretty wild, because we legit. You know what? I'm gonna have to remember. Because I'm almost positive it was like before he got shot even. Good night, Ronnie. I need to run. Dr. Smarty Pants. Have a good night. I got to shut this down also. Favorite Batman actor? Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton for sure. All right, Ronnie, how's it going, man? Hope everything is going well for your moving house. We'll see. We're in the middle of it. We still got some things to repair in the kitchen. And then this week, all week, we're moving in. We're having the internet installed on the 30th. And I don't know how long that's going to take. They're dropping a whole line. It's not just like they're turning it on. She hiccups. Shit. Need a drink. All right, you should give God of War 2018 a chance. You'll probably like it. We might play that. My brother has it, so I'll probably borrow it. That game beat Red Dead 2 for Game of the Year, and it's a PS4 exclusive. Yeah, we'll probably watch it. Have you washed yourself yet? No, never. Most amazing part of that one is that the powers that be in Hollywood drop clues to it, like in Stranger Things, the upside down world is evil, etc. As above, so below, trans kid too. Well, I'll look it up, but I'll tell you right now, I'm not a real big believer in hidden signs in, movies and TVs and shit like that. But I'll look into it. Like I said, some things pique my interest, even though I might not fully believe it. But yeah, when it gets to they put the hidden codes in commercials, I'll be honest, the part of my brain thinks, what would be the logical reason for that? And I don't believe in subliminal messages and all that. Like, not when it comes to simple shit. I believe you can do some sort of coded, crazy shit to mess with people, absolutely. But I just don't believe in looking at the upside down. And what would be the purpose of even hiding it in movies? But like I said, I'll check it out. Are you doing a new house tour? I want to see all the merch again. Well, you're going to be disappointed. I'm not unpacking everything. I'm only going to be unpacking a shelf or two. I will not be able. There's no room. We're downsizing in a major way. So there's no room to put anything anywhere. I'm going to have like a bookshelf or two in the hallway if we can even fit that. And then maybe a bookshelf in my office because there's just simply enough room for the recording and the extra stuff for my comic book. I don't even have a place to hang up my clothes. I'm going to get a hanging shelf and put it in the hallway. There's no closet in either bedroom for me or my daughter. So I'm going to put a hanging closet right outside her door in the hallway. It's a long hallway. And then one outside my door or outside the bathroom. That way, when I'm doing the laundry, I could just put the clothes away. And when we wash up, you just walk out, get dressed, bing, bang, boom, and you're ready for the day. But anyway, there's not going to be a lot of merch out and about. I might even just showcase a few of the bigger pieces and leave it at that. And we're going to be moving maybe in a year or two into like a house. When that happens, I might, settle in. But I just don't know. I fucking hate North Carolina. It's so hot. People drive like fucking idiots. It's crazy. I don't like North Carolina. I don't like it at all. So I'm looking at some stuff career-wise. And if I don't need to be in this area career-wise, then I'm gone. In a year or two, I'm out of here. It's so fucking hot here. I can't stand it. But yeah, we will do a new house tour. I already did part of it when I did the review for the chair. Check that out. I show off the new map office. It's got a bright red rug, I should put that in the title, though. Have you heard of the show Powers? It's based on a comic about a superhero that lost his powers and became a cop. It had 2 seasons, and it's a TV MA. Powers. I thought that was Businessmen. Maybe I'll check that out. No, I didn't look at the horoscopes. Are you excited for The Last of Us 2? Does a bear shit in the woods? Bro, your thoughts on Robert Patterson as the new Batman? It's tricky. I don't know him from anything. So I'm not really sure. I think he could probably pull off the look, but the only thing I know him from is Twilight. And come on, can you see him being Batman? But again, I'd have to see him in more and see how big his range is or little. Thanks for the live stream and the Walking Dead trailer breakdown vids. Ronnie, have a good week. Yeah, thank you very much. Last question or two I'm going to take, and then we're going to shut this down. Could Last of Us 2 be a secret sequel to Days Gone? Joke. Oh, Jesus. I'm shutting this down before I go nuts and murder people. Hey, Meowcat Bissy showing up at the end. Great timing. Great timing, toots. Moved to Canada, free healthcare, and we have moose. I'm not allowed in Canada. I'm a convicted felon. I mean, I went to go fishing over in Canada, and I know I wasn't allowed entry because they don't let American felons in. So I don't know if that's changed. If it has, holla at your boy. But I can't even go across the border into Canada. So that's probably not going to happen. Am I hyped for the Joker? Yeah, I'm a little bit hyped. I lost a little bit of my hype, though, but I'm a little bit hyped. Meowcat Bissy has all the potential. She has enough for both of us. Beer's expensive in Canada. Everything's expensive in Canada because Canada charges out the ass for the fucking customs. Jesus. I send anything to Canada. They're charging $20 right on the rip, you know? Anyway, I do have to shut this down. We're way over 2 hours. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, though, and chit-chatting with me. Remember, this is probably the last live stream until I get internet set up. If I get the chance to do any surprise live streams throughout the week, I'll try to do one at least. That way we can get something before I'm in the middle of my move. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. And I'll see you as soon as I see you next time. Good night.